Hi guys, I'm Allison. I'm the Pampered Wife. I come to you barefaced today because I'm going to be putting on some new things that I got at the Sephora sale. I'm going to be putting on some new things that I got at the Sephora sale. These are first impressions. I thought we'd go through it together. I've got a new tinted sunscreen. Last week I did the Say Slip Tint. This is something different. So it's odd probably to you that I'm into these SPF sunscreens. I guess SPFs are sunscreens. These tinted sunscreens right now. We're in winter, headed into winter. Why do we need it? I'm not at the beach. But I live in Colorado, and last time I checked, Colorado had the highest rate of skin cancer in the United States. So even though it's winter, we're still a mile high closer to the sky, to the sun, and at least those of us here in Colorado still need our sun protection. I suggest you do too if you care about wrinkles or age spots or sunspots or whatever you want to call them, but especially wrinkles. You definitely want your UVA, UVB, full spectrum SPF. So I've got a new one of those to try, a new foundation, a new blush, and a new lip product. And that's it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am 48 years old. I have dry skin, but not dehydrated. Even though it's dry and like right now I have absolutely nothing on my skin, not even moisturizer because of this tinted moisturizer I'm gonna use. Well, let's go ahead and get started. This is the Josie Maran Argan Daily Moisturizer SPF 47 to protect and perfect. It has a tinted warm glow with broad spectrum SPF 47 and Sun Boost ATB, which I believe is their own, maybe patented thing. It's full of naturally derived and organic ingredients like argan oil. It's organic argan oil, synthetic fragrance-free, gluten-free, cruelty-free, formaldehyde-free, phthalate-free, sulfate-free, did I already say paraben-free? And it's got zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, which I heard from a dermatologist that if you're concerned about melasma or hyperpigmentation caused by hormones, like right here, I've got a big spot. I also have one right here above my eyebrow and all over my face. That tinted, sorry, I'm having a hard time. Hold on. Yes, wine should make my mind work better. Titanium dioxide is what you need, or look for a tinted sunscreen, and that will help prevent those spots or more spots from forming. I know I am drinking wine. It does seem like it should be morning, and for me, it's afternoon, and it's definitely after 5 o'clock somewhere, but I've had a really long day already. I was planning to do this first thing in the morning. I've kept my face bare all day, so it is in the afternoon when I'm filming this, but this really is a morning get ready with me because, well, you see me. Anyway, let's go ahead and open this up. It says it's a sheer universal tint, which enlivens, corrects, and evens skin tone. Antioxidant, rich argan oil, and Sun Boost ATB boosts skin's resilience against environmental damage. So the directions say warm sunscreen in your hands and apply to face, gently pressing and working the formula into the skin, which is interesting because most directions say shake well and rub evenly or something like that. So this one says warm in your hands and press. So this is the bottle. It is glass. I think it's a pretty, the word that comes to mind is antiseptic. Like, it's not luxurious looking. It looks like something you could get at any natural grocery food store or something. But let's go ahead. I am gonna shake it even though it didn't say to, because with mineral pigments, they need to be mixed as far as I'm concerned. Let's push the sleeves back. I've never tried anything from Josie Maran before. Let me know if you have, if you're a big fan. I think, was she an actress prior to starting her skincare line? Ooh, it has a light floral scent. Hold on, I was so good. Today I remembered my magnifier so I could see, so I could read ingredients. The first ingredient is water, interesting. And And then some moisturizing ingredients, titanium dioxide. What I'm looking for is fragrance, so I don't really see fragrance. I don't see fragrance pleasantly, so it is a little runny just from me doing that, you can see. Let's rub it in on the back of my hand and see what the shade is like. So far I'm liking it. It's not at all slick, slippery, greasy, which now that I know the first ingredient is water is not so surprising, but it does have a bunch of oils in it. Yeah, it's really faint. When I say light scent, I mean faint. So I like that. And the shade looks just fine. It's a little deeper than I anticipated. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my face. It is a tinted moisturizing SPF. I'm gonna start with one pump, spread it around. Well, here it is not spread around. I would say it matches my skin perfectly or blends in seamlessly. I'm curious to know, like I said, if you've used any of her products, especially this one, because I wanna know how it matches your skin tone. Oh, that's nice. It's sort of a velvety finish. I'm gonna go in with a second pump because realistically, if I'm gonna use it as a sunscreen, I'm gonna be using 2 pumps, at least actually. Oh, so what I was saying is I have dry skin but not dehydrated skin. And essentially what that means is, just like someone may have oily skin, and they can use products to help with the oiliness, you know, like powders and things. They can't change the nature of their skin from being oily. My skin is dry, and even when I put on lots of moisturizers and things, it doesn't so much help with the dryness. They will typically sit on my skin because my skin is not thirsty, it's not dehydrated, because I moisturize a lot and give it a lot of what it needs. So in that sense, my skin is very normal. So I have dry, normal skin, if that makes sense. I'm gonna put a little bit more on the back of my hand and dot it onto my eyes. I do always put sunscreen on my eyes, under my eyes, on my eyelids, and then I try to get this spot where I have the melasma. So the reason I tell you about that is because when it comes to moisturizers during the day, I'm actually pretty picky. I don't like super moisturizing products, even though I have dry skin, because they just sit on my skin, and I hate the feeling of lotion or makeup sitting on my skin. Okay, I'm very pleasantly surprised by this. Let me go ahead and look at how it looks, make sure it's all rubbed out. Wow. I don't see much perfecting or skin blurring. I do see a little tinting. I see this too. I do see a little tinting, and I mean maybe a teeny bit of coverage, and the tinting always makes skin look better in my opinion, which is how that whole wanting a tan continues to be popular. I'm gonna put a little more on my cheeks right here where I tend to burn, but I'm quite surprised at the pigment. It does feel like a light moisturizer, like a daytime moisturizer. I love that it's an SPF 47. That's about the highest tinted daily moisturizer I found, especially in the clean beauty space. I think it looks really nice, blended in with my skin beautifully. The tint is perfect for me. That's why I'm wondering how it works for someone with lighter or darker skin. I would think lighter would be too deep, and I don't know how much it would show up on darker. Yeah, I'd be really happy just wearing this during the day. But next, I'm gonna go in with another new product. And by the way, I think this is the only shade that the Josie Maran tinted sunscreen comes in. It's actually not even called a tinted sunscreen, it's just called Moisturizer SPF. So I'll let you know on the screen below. I did actually get another product from her line, this Argan Pro-Retinol Whipped Body Butter to Smooth and Firm. So that's interesting. I'm just kind of curious. What the sunscreen came in this, and then the body butter came in this. I'm not familiar with her aesthetic and her line, so it doesn't look like everything comes in pink or this. I mean, it is cardboard, but this is shiny and this is matte. So I'll have to kind of look at the aesthetic. We'll see when I open this. So this is Pro-Retinol derived pink algae. Visibly improves the look of fine lines and wrinkles to refine and smooth the body without flakiness, redness, or dryness. So this doesn't have retinol in it. I find that statement a little confusing, but it's got that pink algae in it. Ultra hydrating, blah, blah. Velvety, smooth, air whipped, 100% pure argan oil. So now I gotta look at the ingredients. Well, there's more than just argan oil in this thing, but let's look at the first ingredient. Yeah, the first ingredient is water, the next one is argan oil. And I'm gonna look again to see if it has any, no, doesn't look like it's scented. So we'll see if it does have a scent or not. Interesting. This is the packaging, and the container is plastic. It's pink just like the box. I never understand this when brands have these aesthetics that like you'd never know this is from the same line as this. Am I being like petty to even, it's not exactly a criticism, but it bothers me. I don't know. If I made a brand, I would want not only it all to be pretty on the outside and all that, but I'd want it to be cohesive. Even if they were different colors, I'd want all the packaging to be the same, or I'd want all the labels to be the same color or something so that someone could display them on their countertop or open their drawer and just feel good seeing all the products together. I'm not getting that from this line. This isn't a luxury brand, but it's not inexpensive. So let's go ahead and open this. Of course, it has one of those plastic things. And no tab. Okay, this could take a minute. I'll be right back. I did it, but seriously, why no tab? Anyway, I'm just putting this in my hands. It is pink. Does look whipped. Well, kind of. It doesn't look as whipped and light and frothy as I expected. Like the La whipped retro cream or whatever from Drunk Elephant looks more whipped. I can think of other products. I'm having trouble thinking of the names. Anyway, it doesn't particularly look whipped, but it does feel nice. No scent. It's not a thick cream like those pastes or that you try to spread out. Just feels like a thinner lotion. I don't know. We'll see. So far, I have nothing special to remark about this, except that it's in plastic, and I don't like that. However, I've not read up on the brand. Maybe it's, ocean plastic or some kind of special something. I don't know that it is. I'm just allowing the possibility. All right, I really went back and forth on this one. It's the Westman Atelier, what's it called? Vital Skin Foundation Stick. I got the shade Atelier 2. They suggest getting 2 shades using one under your eyes and one all over your face. I'll put the price on the screen. I'm not getting 2 shades unless this is the only product I'm going to be using. I love it, and I'm, married to it. Like, this is going to be the product that I use for the next year and a half or however long this lasts. That's not me. I love to try new things all the time, so I'm not going to be doing that. The first ingredient was a triglyceride, so it's for smoothing and hydrating, but I don't believe it's scented. I've never found any of the Westman Atelier products to be scented. Again, just that luxurious packaging. It's heavy, it's metal, it's magnetic. This is the top. I mean, look how pretty and smooth. This looks a bit yellowy. Let's see, we'll put it right here. Well, and I don't know what I'm gonna use. Oh, that just like melted into my skin. Like, wow. That was kind of incredible. Okay. And I can tell the texture of my skin is different where I put it, but it doesn't feel really, it's weird. Okay, it's light. I guess I will, it's a twist up, and let me get a mirror here. I will just go in. We'll just put it on one side of my face and see what we think. We'll start with that. And I'll use my fingers because there are brushes that Westman Atelier sells, but I think she suggests what Gucci Westman is she's a makeup artist who founded this brand. Well, it is her brand, she still owns it. And she suggests, I think, either using your fingers, of course, or her makeup brushes, which are beautiful. And I do have one here. They're handmade in Japan, they're all synthetic, but they're made by like a super old, you know, Japanese makeup brush maker or something, maybe even paintbrush, I don't know. So here that is. I'm just like tapping and spreading at the same time. And my skin does just look more perfected. This is the side that has it. And this side doesn't. And I think actually the shade is a pretty good match. It just evened everything out. That's what foundation does. That's why we then go back in with all the other millions of products of contour and bronze and blush and yada yada. Okay, I'm gonna go in on the other side. And this time I'm gonna use a brush. I've got the Merit Beauty brush. This is such a different brush. It's been sold out, so I thought, what is all the hype? Like, why do people love this? It is so different. It's really dense but soft. It's not at all stiff, but it is like the thickest brush I've ever had. It's just really interesting, and it's great with cream products. So let's go ahead and use this brush on this side. You can see how quickly and easily this is blending out. So what I've heard about this foundation is that it really does have a skin-like finish, not just the finish itself in the sense of sheen or anything, but as far as the coverage, that it will even everything out but still leave your skin looking like skin, and I think that is absolutely true. I think both sides applied beautifully. I'm just going over the other side now with the brush. I don't exactly know why, but I feel like I want it to be the same on both sides. And that was simple. That was simple. Oh, the lighting's changing. Sorry, maybe I'll move. I don't even feel like I want to build it up or need to build it up. I think it's beautiful. We'll see, you know, how it wears and how often I reach for it, but that was one of the easiest applications of any foundation product I've ever used. And already, even on top of the moisturizer that you saw I just put on, I don't know, a couple minutes ago, it's sort of set down, but not at all dry. It's just a very comfortable finish. Like, I could powder if I really felt inclined, but I absolutely don't need to. I'm very pleasantly surprised. Let me just give it a sniff. Yep, no scent, and this goes beautifully. It's pale pink. This is her highlighter that I'm gonna use today. This is her bronzer that I'm gonna use today. And this is what I was saying about Josie Maran. Like, yes, these are all different, and I like that because then I can tell them apart if they do sit on my counter, but they're all aesthetically the same. They're these heavy tubes with the magnetic top, and they all say Westman Atelier. You know, it's carved in. Of course, that's upside down for you, but you understand what I'm saying. And they're all just these beautiful containers that all go so nicely together. And then the brush, which I have used, this is the one brush of hers I have. Same thing, you've got her name in there. It's sleek, it's black. I mean, it goes with the collection. So again, this is a luxury line and Josie Maran isn't, but I feel like even if your brand's in plastic or a mix of glass and plastic, it could still be color coordinated at the very least. I don't know. Moving on, I'm gonna do some brows and bronze and contour and highlight. Ooh, and eyes. And I'll be right back to try out the rest of the products. All right, I'm back. All I ended up doing was some concealer and brows and eyes because honestly, let's give this foundation the talk through that it deserves. The finish, which is beautiful, it's very skin-like. I feel like you're getting more sheen than actually appears in person. Maybe I'll turn my light down, hang on. Soon I'm gonna have a regular place to film. I've moved around in my bedroom some, but I'm actually have like my own little art room, and I'll be filming in there and I'll be able to keep the lighting the same and more constant, so I won't be messing with it every time. By the way, My intro where it shows Pampered Wife and it's a painted girl with pink hair and pearls on, I painted that. I kind of thought it would be obvious. Why else would I use that? But my stepmom and I were talking the other day and she asked how I picked that, where I got it from. And I was like, I painted that. So that's where she's from. I also painted this one that you can't really see, but it's behind me. The finish of this is beautiful. I have not powdered. It's just beautiful. And I actually kind of like it without any blush on, like just to put on a lip. Let's do that. Let's try this Tarte C Water Balm in the shade Room Service. I wanted to get this because I love, love, love the Tower 28 tinted lip balm that I've never seen them release any other shade other than the one that I got in the Sephora Sparkly Clean set. I did a video on that anyway, and I love it. It is incredibly comfortable. It has the perfect amount of pigment, the perfect amount of shine. It's just beautiful. So I thought, you know, I've never really tried this kind of product before. Maybe all of them are like this and the Tower 28 isn't so special. I don't know. So I saw this one and this is what it looks like. Now, Tarte C is Tarte's clean brand. They sell it at Sephora. And all of theirs are this pale blue packaging. It all looks the same that I've seen anyway. I've tried their mascara. I guess that may be the only other thing. Anyway, very on point. So let's go ahead and put this right here. It does look like a shade I would like. Looks like a rosy pink. Smells a little like peppermint. It's not as soft as the Tower 28. The Tower 28 you touch to your lips and it melts in. It's just a glorious product, but this is nice. Feels like a solid lip balm. This is a great everyday color, a little bit of color, a little bit of sheen. So far I don't like it nearly as much as the Tower 28, but the idea of the product I really like. And you know, I didn't read the claims on it. Let's go ahead and get my magnifying glass out so we can read. Plant collagen, hyaluronic acid, algae, cruelty-free. I'm like, I guess that's it. Lip tint, yeah, that's really all it says as far as claims. So yes, I would say it tinted my lips. I guess the collagen, you know, that doesn't actually, having an issue here. Collagen in skincare doesn't actually add collagen to your skin or help regrow collagen. It's a humectant. It will just help moisturize and maybe plump. So let me know if at the end of the video my lips look plumper and fuller. Now I would happily use this on my cheeks. It's a product that I would just use as a cream product on my cheeks, but I did get a blush, so we'll use that. But before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead in with the Westman Atelier contour in the shade Biscuit, because I thought, since I got the foundation stick, let's just see how everything works together. I've talked about this contour stick before, and I know none of these products are new, but they are all new to me. So I've talked about this contour stick before. I usually use my fingers. I think that works better. And it's just the easiest thing. Maybe her products are just super simple to use. Like, you touch it, you rub it in, you really can't use too much, because if you do, you just keep patting it in and it disappears into the skin, just like the foundation did. Maybe this is mascara. Oh, I know what this is. This is some of my eyeshadow. I must have had some of my eyeshadow on my finger. I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay, well that was simple. Now I'm gonna hold off on the highlighter because we'll go in with this Lawless Make Me Blush Velvet Blush. It's talc free, and I got the shade Vintage Love. Very much goes with the lip product that I chose. And this just says Clean AF. It's a silky soft pressed powder formula that seamlessly blends into the skin, imparting a healthy natural flush. Nourishing shea butter, almond oil, and squalane give a fresh, hydrated finish to the skin that never looks powdery or cakey. Has a long list of what it's made without, including aluminum, it's cruelty-free, petroleum parabens, phthalates, mineral oil, formaldehydes, fragrances, blah, blah. Wow, squalane is pretty high up there. And I recently tried Annie I don't know her last name, but the owner or founder of the brand is named Annie. I recently tried one of her mini palettes, and I did an eye look for Thanksgiving. I was really impressed with it. I've heard mixed things about her brand, and I was quite pleased. This goes with the aesthetic of the brand that I've seen. I already got a fingerprint on it. Very clean. It is plastic. Hopefully they're working on that. It opens and closes easily. Like there's no anything holding it closed, and it does have a mirror inside, which I use these mirrors. You know, a lot of people think they're a waste. It does make it harder to recycle, but I do like these mirrors, and it's just a nice, clean packaged look with her Lawless imprinted on there. So let's go ahead. I'm using just a fluffy, pretty densely packed brush, but I use this for a lot of my blushes, and so tapping it in, it's not real powdery. I'm just gonna put this on here. I've not put any bronzer on is what I was trying to say. That's a pretty shade. I think this is a really nice shade. I wonder if I have a billion like this in my collection. I probably should look, but it's certainly one that I like. I just can't get over this foundation. I keep seeing myself in the monitor, and I just can't get over it. I'm loving the finish. My other favorite, or my favorite, although now this will also be a favorite, is the Kjaer Weis liquid foundation. It has a beautiful finish as well, but this is really pretty. And I didn't have to shake it, and I didn't have to dip back into the bottle. And the Kjaer Weis I got, it's a little bit too light, so I have to mix a bronzer in with it, like a liquid bronzer. So, well, this performed like I expect a blush to perform. Very nice. Maybe we'll put a little more on just back here. Not patchy, it hasn't tugged or, you know, stuck anywhere. That's also the foundation, you know, makes it really easy. So far I'm very pleased. I don't even feel any difference in like tackiness or, you know, powder or anything where I put the blush, which tells me it really is a moisturizing formula. Yeah, because it doesn't even feel like I have powder on my face. Now I'll go in with the Westman Atelier highlighter, which again I've used lots of times. Actually, I usually rub my finger on it and then put it on. So hopefully you can see a difference of where I put that and where I didn't, so you can see how shiny the foundation is or isn't. And this is really emollient and feels a little oily, but then it does dry down, does not leave me wet. It's never sticky. My hair doesn't stick, you know, my dog's fur doesn't stick, anything like that. Hope you can see. I think we'll skip on bronzer today. I did have out my Lima Pure bronzer, which I've been loving for winter, and everything that's on my face, on my eyes, my brows will be listed and linked in the description box down below. That actually made me hot, trying to get my hair to lie a little bit flat. Anyway, that completes today's look. I gotta show you one more thing, my t-shirt. Whiskey coffee, small batch roasted in Colorado. Whiskey barrel coffee. Sorry, this is not sponsored by them or anything. My very favorite coffee. It does not have whiskey in it. There's no alcohol. I think it's the coffee is stored in whiskey barrels, old whiskey barrels or something. It is delicious if you like that kind of thing. And it's made right here in Colorado. I go pick it up from them, but they ship all over. Anyway, I'm very pleased with everything I got. I'll definitely be using the sunscreen, the blush, the foundation. The lip product is the most disappointing. Just the texture isn't remarkable. The color doesn't have quite enough pigment for me. I felt like looking in the monitor, it just looked a little washed out. I have all big features and need more of an impact, I feel like. That's the video. Let me know if you've tried any of these products, what you think of them, if you have any recommendations for me. And in the meantime, I hope you find some time to pamper yourself today. Bye.